Welcome back once again, everybody. This is WZ Sports Day, Austin 2026. In the first sport of the event, Speed Soccer Fish Team got off to a strong 2-0 start as expected. In the more questionable toss-up match between Aurora and Yellow, Aurora came away dominantly to take a much-needed win and go 1-1 in soccer. Yellow Team, unfortunately, gets off to a rocky 0-2 start to the event, and they're going to have to look to rectify that in the second sport of the event. That is going to be Wiffle Ball. Wiffle Ball, a classic, a fan favorite, and you're going to be seeing it in full effect today in our brand new format of 5 innings with pitcher out limits. That's right, we're going to be trying out a new format this time around in Wiffle Ball. The games typically have been 3 innings in almost all sports days. This time around, they're going to be 5 innings. And along with that, we have decided to add some pitcher out limits to allow more players to pitch and have a more diverse playing field. Each pitcher will have a maximum of 9 outs they can record per game out of the 15 outs you can get total. In simpler terms, you can pitch 3 innings. So each team will need to have at least 2 pitchers step up. You may have heard them talk about this a bit in the captain interviews. This is what they were talking about. 5 innings, pitching out limits. Let's get started. The first game of the day is going to once again be Yellow Team versus Aurora Team. Game 1 of Wiffle Ball getting underway here. We've got Yellow and Aurora squaring off. I'm TK, commentating today with King.
Hello everybody, welcome back as I'm going to get things started off here for Yellow. Up the bat is the away team, followed by Snap, Doobie, and Bobby. Clash of the Titans right here off the bat. King is going to draw the walk, so definitely the start you're looking for here for Snap's first career plate appearance, but he is going to get sat down by Wally.
Yeah, full count pitch to Doobie, and he watched it straight down the middle. You can understand why full count. He was looking for a walk. I'll bring up Bobby.
First plate appearance in many, many years for Bobby, and he is going to get the walk, so definitely what you like to see. First time seeing Wally since the Nuts pitching scale, but he is going to get one back on King there. Call is challenged. On the field it was ruled as a swing and a strikeout, and that call is confirmed, which will end the inning. So up comes Aurora here, bottom of the first. Yeah, and Doobie's going to get the nod.
That was a tough situation because Fish had actually not arrived to the field yet, so we had no neutral third parties. But with that said, Doobie is going to pitch. He had a rough showing last time, but here he's going to start off really nice with the strikeout of Wally looking. That's a tough task. TK
Not
also a nice
hitter.
hitter.
With TK
yeah, that's
there
tough.
He goes. Doobie sits him down. Let's see if Tuck can salvage something here this inning. He cannot. Doobie 1, 2, 3 strikes out all 3. A dream start on the mound for Doobie and the Yellow Team, as they're going to get another chance here up the bat. Snap 0 for 1.
Yeah, Doobie matching Wally's performance and even one-upping him in that first inning is really nice for them, as Snap will go down looking and Doobie will go down swinging, so Wally's not backing down without a fight.
Bobby coming back up here. Good start drawing the walk, and he's going to do it again. So for somebody who hasn't hit in a long time, isn't their strong suit, you like seeing the patience and discipline at the plate, and something King also has done very well historically in his career. Going to draw his second walk of the day. He'll take a free pass every time, even if you're looking for hits.
Full count.
And down goes Snap once again, unfortunately. Yeah. Will end the inning.
First career plate appearance for Manit now, as he will try to get something going for this Aurora team, and he puts it into play. A nice play by Snap at shortstop. Sure-handed, just makes a great out.
Great defensive play, encouraging sign there for Snap's Wiffle Ball debut. Wally is going to get the free pass, but with how strong he is behind the plate, you don't hate it. But TK is going to make him pay. Gets one off the wall there. Wally is going to hold up at second. Very long signal, but a base running miscue here. Luckily, not only is it not going to hurt them, it also ends up benefiting them, or so we thought. King with the peg there, an incredibly close play. TK is going to get held up at second, almost runs into an out. What looked like a disastrous base running gaffe almost paid off big time. But after a review, the call is confirmed. Wally out at the plate. What an absolutely hectic and chaotic play.
Yeah, that was absolutely nuts. In the end, it'll be 2 outs, TK on second, but
We'll end the inning with Tuck's strikeout there. It could have been a lot worse for both teams, honestly. Aurora almost got their first run of the game, as TK will come on to pitch, and Doobie will give him no time whatsoever to settle in. That's a first career home run for Doobie on the first pitch that TK throws all day. Doobie sends it into center field over that bar. That's our home run signal, and flips the bat as he does the B celebration with the team at home plate. That's got to feel great for Doobie.
Amazing start of this game for Doobie so far. Great first inning, escapes that second inning chaos, and immediately follows up with his first career homer to give Yellow an early lead in a game that they're not favored to win. Definitely a dream start here for Yellow. Let's see if they can continue with 2 men on. Great patience from Snap. 0 for 3, but draws his first walk. Bases loaded for Doobie. Let's see what he can do. And TK now having
4
trouble with the
walks in a
zone.
row, 5 walks in a row. Maybe the home run rattled him, but this is not looking good as he needs to find the zone. A lot of these are full counts, so he is getting strikes in there, but just not able to finish the job as he has walked, I believe, 7 batters straight. This is also not characteristic, I would say.
Doobie with a nice hit, a deep fly ball. Almost looked like it got out, but not quite.
That'll mercy the inning. So
It will.
that snowballed in a hurry. Doobie back on the mound here in the bottom of the third. I think this is interesting because with the pitcher out limits, if Doobie does pitch this inning to completion, he will not have any more eligible outs for the rest of this game, and that includes the uncapped 5th inning, as Wally will ground into a fielder's choice there.
Another nice defensive play there by Yellow. It can be very tricky sometimes with having every fielder on the same page for where the ball's supposed to go in a given situation. Great cohesion so far in the field from Yellow. And Doobie, again, another strong inning here. Has some trouble this time on the base paths, but 2 quick outs, followed by a strikeout of Manit. So there we have it. He has gone through all his innings, as you mentioned, but that is absolutely
3 innings
a fantastic
scoreless.
start from Doobie.
Yeah, 3 innings scoreless, no less. I mean, what a performance from Doobie on the mound. Absolutely a redemption arc here as TK will walk Bobby, then strike out King looking with the riser. That's his first out all day, actually, so that's big to get the monkey off his back a little.
Absolutely. As a great defensive play there by TK. It is going to allow Bobby to get to third, but you'll absolutely take the out there.
Yeah, a bit of a tricky situation there. TK and Manit both kind of going for it, not really knowing what they should do, but they get the out nonetheless. But Doobie will send a drive in a deep left field, and that's out. That's over the bar. Wally kind of had a beat on it, it looked like, but he just didn't know when the wall was coming, I think, and it just gets jump scared by that ball sneaking over the bar, and Doobie has his 2nd career home run right after his first. We've seen this with a few different players, I feel. They come in bunches.
Absolutely. Gets the monkey off his back. Why not continue? And same with Bobby here. As you can see on the stat line there, that's his 6th walk of the day. King not far behind, but this one is a towering fly ball, and that is way out of here. A 2-run home run for King, who has been patient with the walks today. TK did sit him down last time, but this time he gets his revenge. And with the bat flip to boot, that's going to give a very big lead to Yellow here in a game that is huge for them to win this event. 10-0 the deficit now, the advantage for Yellow.
TK will finish the inning off with a nice strikeout of Snap, but that's gotta hurt. Just if Wally was able to track down that catch at the wall, I know it was a very tough play, but if he's able to come up with that catch, that's the 3rd out. You're out of the inning with no more damage. Instead, Doobie tacks on 2, and King makes them pay for not getting that out. And now it's 10-0.
King on the mound here. First defensive gap we've seen today, but it doesn't end up costing much. Probably is going to be a hit anyway. But now with King on the mound, it's a whole different ball game. You have a strong offense with Tucker and especially Wally and TK, and we're seeing it here now. You're going to get your hits off King. It's just a matter of how much damage they're going to be able to control here as the Yellow team in the defense with King on the mound.
Got a bit of a ground roll double situation there. The ball actually got stuck in the fence, so we ruled that a ground roll double. The run was going to score regardless, as Manit will strike out. King gets a big, much-needed first out. Wally will walk, so the bases are loaded.
TK with a deep shot here, but it is not going to be deep enough. Tucker looks like he's going to tag up and score here. Oh, Manit might get caught, not quite, and Baldy not able to advance. So Good defense there from Yellow. Damage control. Bit of a wacky windup here. And Tucker's going to go full Ank's fly swat there. But it does result in a nice play by Riku tagging out the runner. So some damage there by Aurora, but not too much there. Only 2 given up.
Yeah, you're completely okay with that if you're the yellow team. And now Wally still has 3 outs of eligibility left, so he will be pitching this top of the 5th. He's walked the first 2 batters though, so he's got to rein it in.
Deep fly ball here, back into left, but TK going to make a great catch there. Bobby getting a little bit hung up on the base paths, but is able to get back in safely. Does stay on
Scary
the
situation there.
Very, very tough situation there, but it does work out for Yellow. But Snap is going to go down, swinging there. Tough pitch.
Yeah, Snap kind of the one member of Yellow kind of having a rough time at the plate this game. Doobie has not been having a rough time at the plate, but he is in disbelief at what he just saw. That Wally riser looking like it's at the grass, suddenly in the strike zone. Last steps for Aurora.
So yep, no mercy cap, of course, in the last inning. Aurora's going to need a big inning. Good start there by Manit just getting on base. That's going to allow Wally to do some damage here. It is going to be a long single. Manit going to be held up at second there. Good job getting the ball quickly by Snap. First and second for TK. He's going to put the ball in play as he needs to, but unfortunately not the side of the field he may have hoped. Going to be forced out at third.
Great play by Snap, by the way. That was hit hard, and again, but hold, the call's going to be safe.
Very tough there. In the moment there, Anks, the official, had no idea, had a tough time making a call. Spec from the other side does make the call of out.
Being honest, that looked out to me, but they called it safe, and that might come in to bite him. Oh, but he's able to make the... Dude, Snap's just an absolute magnet over there in this game.
Struggling behind the plate, but making his presence felt in the field. He's been huge for the Yellow team.
And that's going to do
it. A pop out there by TK will close this one out. Strong defensive performance and an amazing pitching game by Doobie, amazing hitting game by Doobie, King doing what he does. And Snap in the field allows for a big Yellow upset victory of Aurora here, 10-4.
Yeah, that win is absolutely massive for Yellow. They get their first win of Sports Day, and it's over the Aurora team that was seen as sort of a wiffle ball powerhouse. They were expected to 2-0, but ultimately, what this game came down to was Wally and Doobie, or Doobie rather, matching Wally on the mound, and then just King was able to limit the damage to only 4, whereas TK gave up 10 runs, and the Yellow offense was really impressive. Game 2 now of Wiffle. Yellow right back on the field once again. Doobie, of course, with those amazing pitching stats from the first game, will be getting the start for this game as well. Smash was actually not at the field to start this game, so Fish will be running a 3-man lineup to start as Doobie loses Howler on the first at-bat of the game with a walk.
It'll be interesting to see how Doobie's able to perform coming off of a full 9-inning performance. Now coming back out to start this one, see how he can hold up. So far, not the best start, as it's going to be bases loaded here early for Fish. So early trouble here for Yellow. Let's see if Doobie can settle in.
That will not be what he was looking for, as Howler sends the first pitch of the at-bat into the trees for a grand slam, and there is nobody
by Howler there.
There's nobody
this is
out.
The dream start you're looking for Fish, who is a team that's projected to struggle, especially with pitching, but in wiffle ball as a whole, that is a dream start. Let's see if they can keep the momentum rolling. Spec will continue by drawing a walk here for Anks coming up.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Doobie didn't allow a single run against Aurora in 3 innings of work, and here he's yet to record a single out, and there's 2 more runners on the bases already, and Howler's done a lot of damage, but he'll strike out. Kind of a slower riser there, just kind of floats into the zone. Howler whiffs on it.
Spec up to bat here. Oh, he does put it in play, a swinging bunt there. Classic swinging bunt meta. Of course, that one not on purpose. It is going to do its job, though, advancing the runners. So bases loaded here for Anks. If he can just put this ball in play, Fish is almost sure to get a run here. You'll take that. Free pass is going to bring a walk in. You will absolutely take that for Howler, who has shown a power stroke today. it's going to be another walk, which will mercy the inning. So a dream start for Fish. Let's see what Yellow can do to try and get back into this game, as it's going to be Aegis on the mound to start this one off. So if you're Yellow, this is definitely what you're looking for here. Not the most experienced pitcher. You're going to want to try and take advantage.
Yeah, not the most experienced pitcher, but he is the most experienced pitcher on this Fish team, and that's kind of the problem, right? As King will draw a walk to start the game, this team is really just going to be looking to God himself for pitching help in this game, because they just don't have any pitchers on their team. They're just going to see if someone can catch a spark. But so far, 2 walks, and now the unfortunate news that...
Moments before disaster. Although we did check on the recording, maybe within a minute or two of the footage dying. Unfortunately, the footage did die, and we missed quite a bit, as Aegis would start strong, getting 2 quick outs of Doobie and Bobby, but an incredible 2-out rally by the Yellow team. King with a walk, Snap and Doobie and Bobby all with walks in a row. Bringing it 3-6, and then King finishing it off with a grand slam. Time to score 6. Unfortunate lost footage, so it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, mercy the inning with King's grand slam. That's a tough one to miss off cam. It was also King's 10th career home run, so congrats to King for that. We missed some footage this inning too, so there was a runner on first and 1 out. Now it's 2 runners on with 1 out as Haller sends another one deep, but Snap tracks down, or does he? He steps on second for the force out, and that will be no harm, no foul. Doesn't make the catch, but they get the out nonetheless.
Good job making the most of an unfortunate mishap there by knowing the situation, getting the force out at second. Spec does draw a walk though, so we're loaded back up again for Aegis. And he is going to draw the RBI walk there, so Fish is going to reclaim the lead here with 2 outs, top second. Smash as well, nice and patient now that he's here in the game. 2 walks here quickly. 8-6 for Fish here. King's got to find the zone and fast. Haller's going to make him pay, perhaps. No, great
Snap catches that one. That's important. He dropped the previous one. If he drops that one, that's scoring 2 additional runs. So that's a big catch. And I'll tell you what I'm noticing today. We're seeing a lot of walks, and this is including pitchers who are typically known for throwing a lot of strikes, like King and TK are throwing way more walks than we're used to seeing, so maybe the conditions are bad. There's some wind affecting these pitches. Smash pitching for the first time ever, and he makes a nice play, but he throws it off the course. He made a great snag on that ball, but wasn't able to complete the play, and now there's trouble.
It was the right play, just the execution unfortunately was not there. Let's see what we're able to do about that here as the Yellow team. King got bases loaded. This is who you want. He puts the ball in play. An unfortunate bobble from Haller there. Had a force out at third. Probably should have made that play, but it unfortunately happens. It's a classic wiffle ball trope. You take your eye off the ball before you have it in your hand, but he immediately makes up for it. Incredible job there by Haller getting the tag out of Bobby, the peg, I should say.
Yes, somehow that line drive will end up being like a sac fly, I guess, but Haller did get 2 outs in the process.
Great double play, but a run does come home. And aggressive running from King, but great job by Haller getting that ball to the backstop to record the out, maybe by half a step or so. Great job by Haller there on defense, recovering after the gaff and making huge 3 outs.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, talk about making up for it, and Spec will make something happen himself, as that is his first home run since Philly 2022, and you see that just classic no-effort swing by him, and it just somehow just carries to the opposite field over the fence. Great stuff by Spec there. That'll give Fish team the lead, as it is 9-8 right now in the top of the third.
Very timely return of that power stroke by Spec. Aegis is going to look to keep the momentum rolling with the infield hit there. King knows to just eat the ball there. Not going to make that play. And Smash going to put this in play as well. Another swinging bunt. King aggressively, maybe greedily going for the peg there. It does not work out. It's going to advance both runners. Aegis would have been a close play at home, but does opt for the conservative route to sit back for Haller. Let's see if he can do some more damage. He is. He's going to line that one down the third baseline. That's going to bring in Aegis. That's going to bring in Smash as well. It will. King had the peg. He missed it. That's going to bring Haller to third. So
yeah, I think
aggressive peg attempts backfiring here for Yellow.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Just a nice dodge by Smash. Haller there with pretty much like a double plus reaching third on the throwing error. That's a very nice day at the plate he's been having so far, and they're going to keep the offense pouring on. No outs still, and a little doinker, and there's no play anywhere. Just those little dinky hits right in front of the plate are so hard to deal with, and there's still nobody out. Fish has already scored 4 this inning.
Yep, they've definitely figured King out. They know he's going to throw strikes, and they have found their rhythm against this pitching. Still no outs in this inning. It's just barrage hit after hit. But there's going to be a much needed defensive play there by Snap. And was that a double play for us out at second?
That's what it looks like only 1 out, but that should have been 2. No, he stepped on second and also tagged out Anks. I don't know.
Tell, but
ball doesn't lie.
There by Smash, did not realize it was 1 out maybe, or maybe might not have known the base running force out rules. So it is going to be an easy double play for King. Bobby is going to get struck out there. He finally did not walk, as King's giving him the business there, stepping up into the box. He's going to line this one down. Deep ground ball. Oh, and he almost got caught napping there. Thought he had an easy hit, jogging down the first base line. Haller had the play made. Spec not on the base. Could have caught a nap in there.
Yeah, I think Spec needs to cover first there, but also the fact Spec was able to catch that ball means the throw was a bit up the line. Probably wasn't going to be an out regardless. That being said, Yellow's got something cooking. They do have an out, but they're looking for a big response inning here with Bobby up and taking another walk.
Bobby doing what he's done so well today, drawing a walk. Not a lot of hitting prowess that we've seen in the past, so you'll take a walk from him. You don't want the out. This is who you want. Bases loaded for King. That one's going to be, once again, dribbled down the left field line. Close play at third.
Looks like an out.
Looks like he did get him. He did get him, but that is going to bring a run home. So Yellow staying in it. They have slowly brought this lead down.
Walk will load the bases, and they need to capitalize here. Doobie, he's been their guy all day along with King, and he will hit a weird topspin on that ball, and that will drive in a run. They conservatively stay at third base, but that'll drive in another run. Now Bobby, the man of the hour.
Great at bat there by Doobie, puts the ball in play. And again, a great job by Bobby being patient. That's going to be an RBI walk, and King up to bat here, bases loaded, 2 outs. And Smash is going to sit him down. In his pitching debut, hits down one of the stronger hitters. Fish is definitely going to look to carry that momentum into this next inning.
Yeah.
Great way to finish off a tough inning.
Anks went absolutely ballistic from the crowd, and that'll fire him up for a hit of his own. Honestly, like, for Anks' standards, that was basically an out of the park with how far that went, and he will be aboard first with a single.
As Doobie back on the mound here for the fourth, not a great start, as he's going to walk the first 3, a hit and then 2 walks. So bases loaded, nobody out for Spec, who has shown that power stroke, puts the ball in play. They do get the force out at second. Smash with another unfortunate base running gaff. That is going to be a double play here, it looks like.
You know what, I think that's fair, but also great presence of mind from Snap to just toss that ball to second and get the force out. And Smash thought he was in danger of being tagged, and it results in him going down as well. And then just like that, the inning is over. Fish was only able to score 1 run that inning, and with the way this game has been going, you gotta feel like that might not be enough, as Haller's going to take the mound.
Circumstance there on that hit for Fish, just a very unfortunate circumstance, and Snap all day has just been absolutely dialed in on the defensive end. Another swinging bunt here that is going to be enough to get on.
First career hit.
Great start here for Yellow. First career hit. Congratulations to him. And
I mean, you'll take it any way you can get it, as that was the little dinky in front of the plate. Anks kind of gets a little late break because he starts rolling over to make sure he's not going anywhere to third.
Another dink and dunk hit is going to do the job, and another walk from Bobby, who is on base percentage man today. Now, this, once again, who you want, bases loaded, and this time King is finally going to make him pay. He gets the grand slam, the second grand slam of the day, third homer of the day, and that is going to allow Yellow to claim the lead. After going down big early, they have fought all the way back into this game, and King's teammates just doing their job, getting on base, knowing that one of these times, hopefully he can come through, and he finally does, as the Bees are going to buzz at the hive at home plate.
Another walk from Haller, kind of a nightmare start for Haller so far. 3 base runners, instant grand slam, base runner, base runner. It's tough, and like I said before, these conditions have been rough on everyone all day, and he's just not able to find that zone. Another walk, Bobby, just walk man, gets another one, loads up the bases for King, who is gonna put a hard hit. Anks isn't able to handle it. That might just end the inning right there. Doobie will come in and score, and that's a 6-run mercy cap. for the inning, and Howler's not able to record a single out.
So it's such an unfortunate inning on the mound. You can't really see it on camera, but we could feel it. The wind was brutal, and once you start to tell as a batter that your pitcher is having a hard time finding the zone, then it just becomes make him throw a strike. Be patient. Don't start swinging until he can find the zone.
Nice play. Wow, that is way harder than it looks. Doobie with like kind of a one-handed snag, flip to King, who's positioned perfectly at second base, and they get a much-needed force out. And Hanks will go down swinging, and they're down to their last out all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, in the game Fish controlled. Oh my goodness, look at that. They're not done just yet. They were down to their very last out, but Smash with a bomb. I believe that's his first career.
First career home run, indeed. At a good time.
Huge clutch hit there by Smash. Fish is not done just yet. They are down to their last out, still down 2 runs, but never say never. We did see a crazy 2-out rally in this game.
Yep, Howler will be the hope of his team. He started out amazing at the plate, but that's a nasty pitch, and Howler's not able to handle it. He will strike out swinging, and that will end the game. Yellow wins a crazy one, 18-16. Definitely one of the highest scoring games we've ever seen. Obviously, the 5-run cap will have to do with that. My only thing to note here is Smash had 3 outs left to record, and they ended up trying to kind of greedily save him for that 5th inning, but you got to get there first. And because they weren't able to, they are not able to come away with this win. They will take their first loss. Yellow improves to 2-2 after 2-0ing Wiffle Ball. Huge for them.
Run, King, run! Yeah, King!
Game 3 of Wiffle Ball. We've got one more for you today. It's Aurora versus Fish. Both of these teams 0-1 right now, so this is an important game for them. As Anks will once again start on the mound for Fish. Wally to lead off. He will take a free base on balls.
I do find it quite an interesting decision starting Anks here, who did struggle a bit against Yellow. We'll see what he can do against a very, very strong Aurora hitting lineup, but not the start you're hoping for here, as it's going to quickly be bases loaded for Mini with nobody out.
Oh, that ball. What in the world? Okay, so that was like a fake for fun swing. That will be another walk. Will walk a run-in and walk another run-in. And this is just the day of the walks. I think that's become quite clear by this point. Although a full count here on TK, he's got a chance to get a big out, but TK was locked in and will breathe a sigh of relief at that one going under the zone. And now they'll bring in Howler. Again, he wasn't able to record an out, but he will look to record one. Tuck, barely under the line, almost had his first homer of the day, and still will just be an RBI single as Aurora is moving station to station.
Still happy to bring a run home there regardless. Bases loaded, still nobody out. Manit with a deep fly ball. That's back, and that one is just over the bar for a home run, a grand slam for Manit's first career home run. And just like that, Aurora with a big lead early.
Manit first home run of his career against Anks is honestly poetic, and he will celebrate it at home plate with Aurora. Howler gave up the one hit. The Tuck decided, nah, I'm good. Anks came back in and was greeted with a fucking blast by Manit into the upper fence. And now Fish reversing their lineup from last game, and honestly, looking at those stats, it's kind of understandable. Smash and Anks hit great last game. But, I mean, he will strike out to start because they're facing the big man, Wally himself. And Anks will also strike out.
Story when you got Wally imposing you on the mound, and we're seeing why, as that's going to be a quick 1-2-3, sits all of them down, and that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for Fish. It's going to be tough to try and mount some sort of confidence with that kind of start, getting honestly just decimated on both sides of the ball, and it's going to continue as Wally is going to hit an absolute bomb to dead center field. He's going to let him know about it too. And for Fish, this is getting out of hand quick. You're going to have to start trying to create some momentum to get back in this one.
Yeah, Aurora has already noticeably eclipsed their run total from the last game, and we are in the top of the second inning. TK will take another walk. Haller back on the mound. Maybe they're using Haller as like a specialist for Tuck. I don't know. He's only faced Tuck so far in this game, and now Anks is back. Manit will fish out of the zone. Haller with a nice catch. That was a tough play, and he was able to come up with it. TK stays at second alertly. Wally will
More great
come up.
defense by Haller there. You're hoping that can give them some sort of spark here. Goes for the peg. It looks like he got him.
He didn't.
No, they did not. Oh, so close there by Anks. But he does not get him. That is going to bring a run home. Second and third with one out, and this one's getting out of control quick.
Yeah, 3 walks so far. TK fishes out of the zone a little. Oh, where is he going with that ball? There's no force at second, so there will be no out to be made here. Haller goes for an aggressive peg attempt and whiffs it off the track. TK will advance second, and that, what could have been an out at first if it was played properly, turns into a 2 RBI single. As it says there, the video is about to cut off, but Tuck does draw a walk in this at bat, and we only just missed that, so not the end of the world. Manit will also draw a walk, and the bases are loaded with just 1 out.
And here's one of the more dangerous hitters you can have with bases loaded, but he does just draw a walk. Against Wally, he'll settle for that, and TK, though, is going to make him pay. Here comes one with a bomb to straightaway center.
Under the fence.
They are going to hold it to just 1 over.
No, that ball went under the fence, and it scored the final
yes.
run to mercy the inning.
Another one under the fence. Very unusual that we've seen that twice today, let alone once. Wally back in here for the second, going to sit down Haller. Let's see if Smash can get something going here. He is going to put the ball in play, but it is just a weak pop fly. Wally is going to make the routine play there. And let's see if we can get something going here from Fish. Swinging bunt, he is going to get there.
Anks' first hit ever against Wally. Believe it or not, this game is Anks' first time hitting against Wally. They've played a lot of sports days off the camera, but that ball did get down. TK wasn't able to come up with it, and it was a fair ball. And he fires it over to third, and oh my god, Anks is safe by a step. That is incredible
so
that was that close, but also great base running by Anks.
Great defensive effort from TK to recover there. Does not end up mattering, though, as it is just going to be a pop fly out. And now we're finally going to see Smash, and with no better time, I feel like I have to question the decision not to start Smash, who in the previous game did show probably the most potential on the mound. I don't know if maybe his arm needed a rest or what the reasoning was there, but
I suppose the thought process might have been that they wanted to save all 3 of his innings for innings 3, 4, 5, but I mean, by this point, the game's out of hand, the morale's low, and Wally's going to make it even lower with that home run. I mean, it's a nice pitch by Smash, it's a strike, but it's middle, and Wally has seen plenty of that in his long playing career, and he will celebrate at home plate with his second home run of the game.
Aurora once again able to ride the surfboard on a Wally home run. With TK going to look to match him here. He absolutely smokes this one over the fence. Back to back here for Aurora, and they are really laying it in now. And TK is going to show him with some mustard on that bat flip, deservedly so, as that one is an absolute bomb. And he's going to ride the surfboard once again here. Going to ride the wave is the Aurora team, and they're riding it all the way to a 15-0 advantage.
Yeah, back-to-back home runs, and now, as you can see by that kind of turbok pitch, Smash and the Fish team might be a little checked out at this point. Like, you see hands on the hips, arms crossed in the outfield. They are turbok, and Manit will get on first base, and it just continues. Walk after walk after walk. We've seen it all day from so many different pitchers. TK he wanted to swing, but he will have to let that one go by for another walk. It's 16-0.
Yeah, and this was always going to be a tough one, a tough matchup here for the Fish team, and I can understand the mindset of wanting to save your best pitcher, save the outs, but I think in a game that was always going to be difficult, I think you had to give yourself the best chance by starting him early on, seeing if you could maybe sneak out to an early lead and try and limit the damages later, but not the way they went, and Aurora did make him pay for it early on. Smash, though, able to draw a walk for Anks here, and with TK on the mound now, this is their best chance.
Yeah, for sure.
To try and rally here, to try and take your free passes, to try and get your hits when you have them, but taking a strikeout looking there Can't afford that down 17-0. Haller going to put one in play. Aggressive base running here, as Spec is going to put the Fish team on the board there.
Tuck
RBI
broke
from
towards
Haller.
third base there. That might have been a playable ball, but unfortunately for Aurora, or really not so unfortunately if you look at the score, that will be a run. The first run of the game for Fish, and maybe two now, as Spec will drive that ball deep enough to bring in Haller for a sacrifice fly. So 2 runs. Like you said, this is for sure their best opportunity to score some runs. TK struggled a lot in their game against Yellow on the mound. They're looking for a 6th spot here to keep any sort of hope alive. Hard hit by Anks. Wally will go for the play at the plate, misses the backstop. It'll go out of play. All runners will advance. So that's another 2 runs coming in for Fish.
You'll absolutely take it. Spec does another nice, puts it in play again, but it looks like Tucker is able to reel it in and make the catch. Had that nice sacrifice fly earlier. I think most times you're happy with that, but down this big, unfortunate that it wasn't quite able to go over the fence. But a nice rally there by Fish. And what on earth is this swing from Manit?
Turbach attitude is afoot in this game, and if that
Absolutely
wasn't
afoot.
proof, then I don't know what is. Anks will throw that one way outside the wall. He'll take a walk. TK will send that to straightaway center field, and it's gone over the fence bar, and that will be another home run for TK, second of the game, and that will extend Aurora's lead even more. TK has had a lot of success against Anks in his career. That will continue. Aurora leads it 19-4.
TK doing a great job today of fishing the Fish team pitches. Fished out a nice double earlier, hits a dinger there to make the lead even bigger.
Another kind
As Manit is going to go down there.
He did not give one shit about that swing, and you can understand why. TK will send it into center. Anks, just ease and ahs all around, as they're not able to make that play, and that will make it
Fish
420.
just not on the same
Blaze it.
page defensively this inning.
That'll
Good
work.
job getting it done there, getting it done as they drew it up last time, getting the out at second to end the inning. But Fish is going to need a miracle at this point. Let's see what they can do with TK on the mound once again.
Yeah, the Fish team reels it in, so to speak, there on defense and gets out of the inning, but that pitch moved a lot, but it was nowhere close. Smash went fishing, and I need to stop making fish puns. TK will throw a close pitch, but Anks is very patient. He's gotten on base a lot today, I want to shout out.
Yep, done a great job being patient and also making great contact all day long. Great event for him, especially facing Wally for the first time earlier today.
Ooh, almost.
Nice catch by
almost
Tucker
double play.
there, almost a base running.
There might still be a double play.
Oh, there is.
That's tough.
It is going to bring a run home, but
no, that's a
ultimately
mirage. That was the third out of the inning.
Oh, it was.
That's
so much going on
unfortunate.
that play.
That was kind of Fish's, it feels like, last chance to get a big rally going with TK pitching, because Wally's got 3 outs left, and he's got a bat left too, but that one will be right under the fence, or the bar rather, on the fence.
Thought he had the homer there, incredibly close, a great bat on ball there, just not quite enough ultimately at this point, just not a whole lot more than padding the stats as Smash starts to lose the zone here, as the free passes are coming in bunches right now. Aurora will gladly take them. This one was out of hand a while ago, even so much so that the camera is saying Turbach.
Yeah, it's Turbach time, and that will finally end the inning because Aurora gentlemen's to Fish with a 6-run mercy cap for the uncapped inning. Otherwise, who knows how many runs Aurora would have put up. They were not happy about their loss to Yellow, and they're letting it show in this game, as Wally will look to finish it out.
Wally. Another one there, and you can tell Fish is ready to call this one a day as Spec comes up to bat. Wally closing this one out. Another nasty pitch. 3 straight nasty strikeout pitches. And that will put the cherry on top of a masterclass there by Aurora. 26-4 the final. And if you're Aurora, you can't draw it up much better than that, and you can say the opposite for Fish, unfortunately. Just they went risky with the starting pitching decision, and it ultimately did backfire.
Yeah, ultimately, I think what we saw here was just Aurora completely outclassing Fish in every facet of the game. base running, batting, pitching, fielding. It was a complete, like, the recipe for the biggest run differential we've ever seen in a game of wiffle ball on WZ Sports Day. And as a result, every team will now be sitting at 2-2. Here's a look at the wiffle ball statistics. There are both hitting categories on the first table, pitching categories on the second table. There's a number of different stats to look at, so you can pause the video to get a better look if you'd like. But following that, we've got our wiffle ball hitting leaderboards, where you can see how everyone's stacked up against each other in a number of different hitting categories. Followed, of course, by the pitching leaderboards, where you can see how everyone's stacked up against each other in a number of different pitching categories. And now for your Player of the Game awards for wiffle ball in WZ Sports Day Austin 2026. We had a nice variety of different players in the mix this time. For the first game of Yellow versus Aurora, I think it's a pretty clear Player of the Game award for Doobie. I do believe this is actually his first time ever winning a Player of the Game award in wiffle ball, so congrats to him for that, and he absolutely earned it. Not only did he dual Wally on the mound, allowing just 1 hit and 3 walks over 3 innings of scoreless pitching with 6 strikeouts in the process, but he also had a great game at the plate, hitting his first 2 career home runs. And this is his 8th sports day, so he's been looking for that first career homer for a while, and he hit 2, driving in 5 runs and getting on base at a very nice clip as well. So I think Doobie was for sure the Player of the Game in Yellow versus Aurora. Game 2 of Fish versus Yellow, I decided to give it to King. I think this one was also pretty clear cut. He did absolute work at the plate, going 5 for 7 with 2 walks, so getting on base a ton, and also doing some serious damage, hitting 2 homers, driving in 11 runs. That may be a single game record, to be honest. I also added in for King that he had serviceable relief pitching, because Doobie was really struggling to start this game, contrary to his first game. He got mercied by Fish in the first inning, only recording 1 out. So then King came in, gave him a rest for the next 2 innings, and he kind of righted the ship, held down the fort, did allow a handful of runs, but ultimately he did enough to keep his team in the ball game, and that can't be understated either. So I think King earned his Player of the Game award for Fish versus Yellow. Then finally, Aurora versus Fish. Obviously, you know, the whole team did a lot of work in this game as they put up a big 26 runs, but the Player of the Game is for sure Wally, because not only did he pitch 3 innings of scoreless ball with just 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, so only allowing 2 base runners in 3 innings of work. He didn't make an out in this game. He went 4 for 4 with 7 walks, so he got on base every time he was up to the plate, and that included 2 home runs and 7 RBI. TK in this game also didn't make an out, had a very similar stat line hitting, but obviously Wally on the mound just completely just depleted any hope that Fish had of being competitive in this game. And for that, Wally earned this Player of the Game award. So those are going to be your Player of the Game awards for wiffle ball in WZ Sports Day Austin 2026. And that's going to just about do it for this video, everyone. Thanks for sticking around if you have. As you can see, the standings have gotten quite interesting. With the results shaking out as they did in wiffle ball, suddenly every team is tied up at 2-2 apiece. So the next sport is going to be a big swing sport. The sport for next week, the third sport of the event, is going to be volleyball. So really a big toss-up sport historically with a lot of upset potential. So that'll be a good one. Stay tuned for that next week, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching.